Hannah, I'm so excited you chose a career that me, mom, and your brother have taken. Very excited that you're staying at Baylor too. I mean, this is an amazing blessing for all of us. But wondering if you can share with us, did you really wanted to go to medicine because we did it?
I think, when I was little, whenever anyone asked me, I always said I want to be a doctor, and I had my little doctor kit and loved to play with my stethoscope. I think that was more so because that's all I knew, but I remember when I got older and we started to talk more seriously about my career and my future, that's when I had to think long and hard if medicine was actually what I personally wanted, versus just kind of following in you and mom's footsteps. And I remember you gave me really good advice. You told me that if I chose it, it's because it needed to be what I wanted to do. And so with that in mind, I remember we talked about so many different options. And at the end of the day, I just could not see myself doing anything else. And I knew 100% that I wanted to pursue medicine because that's what I wanted. But I think it definitely helped having you and mom as such great examples, and seeing my parents love what they did and being able to serve through your career was definitely an influence. So I'm grateful I had that, and that helped lead me to this career in
Yeah, I do
medicine.
remember when we talked about it. I remember the day I say, "Sit down, Hannah. Let's discuss your career. Is this really what you wanted?" And I asked you, "Do you have a plan B?" Because going into medicine is a big journey. And I remember the answer was, "Oh no, Dad, I don't have a plan B." That was a bit apprehensive for me, but I knew you could do it, and you did. I'm very excited that you chose this. Of course, internally, I wanted you to follow our career, but obviously, as a parent, I want the best for you. And I know that it's a career that is big with sacrifice and time commitment, and obviously, if you don't have that type of charisma, you may not make it. But I knew inside me that you can make it, just like your brother did. And I'm very happy that you did choose. I'm just wondering, what do you think about working in the same institution as your parents and your brother? Does that make you feel uneasy, or what's your internal feeling?
I actually love it. I think that I realize it's so unique. It's very uncommon that all family members would work in the same place, but I don't take that for granted. I think it's such an amazing opportunity. It's made my time at Baylor even more special. And it's also, people ask me that question a lot, how I feel about you working at Baylor. And I say, it makes it easier that you're so beloved because people really love you here. And when they realize that I'm your daughter, that often is followed by a really strong positive reaction of them telling me how much they love to work with you, or residents and fellows talking about how much they've learned from you. And so I kind of get to enjoy that positive energy as well. And so it just makes me really proud. I'm curious to hear from you too, what it was like kind of watching me grow up and pursue this career in medicine.
Well, I'm not surprised that you chose medicine early in school, middle school, and then of course high school. You chose the science career. I think your personality, your inquisitive personality, you liking to know the mechanism of things, how things work, and the love of science. I wasn't surprised when you said, "Dad, I want to go into medicine." I just wanted you to be sure of that. And I'm seeing your career at Rice, and your accomplishment there, your research, your presentation, your publications. You worked hard for this. And actually, to be a physician, it doesn't just need good brains, but it needs a personality. And you have that personality, you have that touch, the volunteers that you've done, the community outreach programs that you've participated in, both at Rice and during medical school. All this put me, and made me sure that you will be what a physician should be. It's not just a scientist, but a human being, somebody who cares for people. Really put together a very solid young physician that I can see, and I'm proud to call my daughter.
Thank you. That means a lot to hear. I've learned so much from you, and that's really helped me over the last few years in my whole life. And both as my dad and also as a mentor, someone I can look up to professionally and personally. I've seen you work so hard, and I know that you had to sacrifice so much to build the career and build the life that we have today. And you're the most hardworking person I've ever met. And I think that has fueled me to work really hard as well. And it's clear that you have a passion for what you do. There's no way that anyone would do this if they didn't truly love it. And when you're little, I think it's hard to understand who your parent is outside of just the home, the dad. But I've gotten the opportunity to really appreciate who you are as a whole person and see the people that you work with and the patients that you care for. And so that's really inspired me. And beyond that, just your compassion and generosity. Residents talk about how you bring the best food and you always take care of them, just the way like you take care of me. And so I know that going forward, I want to emulate those same traits. I want to be hardworking, but I also want to have that compassion and generosity that really makes a person whole and makes a good physician, someone who can really care for their patients and the people around them on the grander scale. So I'm really proud to be your daughter, and I've just learned so much from you. Those are just a few of many things.
That's so kind of you.
It's hard to look at you and say that. It's hard not to get emotional.
Actually, it's the best Father's gift.
Aw.
Father's
Okay,
Day
I can't
gift.
look at it. Oh, I love you. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Thank you.